Hey guys, 7 here, trying to step up the YouTube content with the quarantine action. You know, some benefits coming from it. And today, gonna try to do a new HRL history episode. This is number. Someone will put it in the comments. I'll look it up before I post it. I'm not looking it up right now. But this episode is gonna be focused on TRS. What I wanted to do was give people a little bit of an idea of what they're getting into, because we haven't done TRS before on Halo 5. As far as Halo 4 goes, lots of TRS raced actually. If I look at the docs here, believe we did. I don't know if any of these seasons were cut short. Maybe they were, but I guess no. It looks like the last one was the only one that got cut short, and that one's actually, even though it's on the same dock, I'm pretty sure that one's actually MCC, so that's a little, understandable. We actually got in, let's pull the dock up here, 4 full TRS seasons on Halo 4. You can take a look at the first one here, second one here, so a lot of spoilers here for future HRL history episodes, I guess, but it's always spoilers, so you can just look and see it. But yeah, I mean, a lot of different results on here, a lot of races, a lot of tracks, a lot of action for TRS on Halo 4. I mean, if we were to go through it, I wonder how it would stack up compared to other HRL series, like just this Halo 4 run of TRS in terms of just pure races ran. It's got to be a lot. So, pretty crazy. I'm gonna let the video roll for a little bit here. I'll give you guys a little bit of an intro, some context. This is going to be River Rapids race here, and the reason I wanted to show this race is because it is actually a track that we are going to race. Of course, it's a remake version on Halo 5, but this will be one of the Halo 5 TRSs that we'll be racing. So, if I want to give you guys a good idea of how TRS is, this should give you a really good idea, especially considering we're going to be racing this exact track. And it's a pretty, this is basically like a Chile or Barvo equivalent here in the TRS series, I would say. River Rapids is essentially at that point like pretty classic track, and many races ran here. I didn't check, but I'm pretty sure we ran it in every season. I'd be surprised if we didn't, aside from like if one got cut short, because that's a little bit different. I think at one point we even maybe did River Rapids like the reverse version, so ran it backwards. It's another interesting part of this track. Yeah, we did do it every season. Another interesting part of this track is that you have the potential for that with this track. You can run it backwards like just fine. It runs almost the exact same. It's really similar. So did a lot of races on here, and yeah, like historic HRL track, I guess you could say, like up there with those other ovals that are pretty famous. And let's get right into it so you guys can get some racing action. I'll step in from time to time, and I've got, as you can see in the tabs up there, I've got some other tracks that we're going to check out as well. I think I'll be skipping through like some parts of these videos, especially the other two, because the other two are like really long, and I don't want this episode to be that long. But this first moto here is pretty short, so we'll watch most of it.
Technical TRS race of the new season.
There you go.
Sure, Kratos is.
Was it? Hold on.
Hey guys, stay by Luke 7 here with the first technical TRS race of the new season.
Technical.
Sure, Kratos is a TRS track, but this is the first classic TRS, and this is.
There you go.
I thought we'd started off with a bang.
Okay, so that helped me out. So right off the bat here, oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Maybe we should be watching Moto 2 instead of Moto 1. You know what? If I can find it, we'll check out Moto 2 for this race too, because I just realized something. But yeah, so this was the fourth season, which ended up being the shortest one for TRS, I think, on Halo 4, yes. But besides that fourth season, we did a lot of long seasons for TRS 2. One of the benefits of it is you just have like these like small, simple tracks. You can just do like double headers and triple headers, and it's not as excessive as it would be in other series, because you don't have to practice these tracks as hard. Like, there are some complex TRS tracks, and we will go through some of those, but for the most part, these tracks are tracks that you can like hop on, race for a couple minutes, and get it down. And that's one of the benefits of the series, I think, is that it's a lot more friendly to newer drivers, inexperienced drivers, and it's like the closest thing to what we saw in like the Halo 4 race playlist. If you guys don't remember that, you could go through that real quickly. At one point in Halo 4, there actually was a race playlist which had, you know, some tracks from different forgers and stuff like that. And it was more tracks like this. You know, we didn't see like the supercrosses, the big GPs, complexes, go-karts, ovals. We didn't see stuff like that in that race playlist. We saw more so stuff like this. And that was, I think, the biggest benefit of TRS is that, you know, from a casual perspective, it makes the most sense for, you know, if someone that just like plays Halo in their spare time, they're just like, oh, you know, I wonder what racing on Halo looks like. They'd probably picture something like this, I'd imagine. So, but yeah, so we had race playlists at some point in Halo 4, and I don't know if coming out with TRS, I don't know if this happened before it. I don't know if those were like related or something like that. I don't really remember at this point, but I think that's a possibility. And yeah, just one of the advantages to it. Let's get back to it.
So I did a random vote between 5 different TRSs. All of them were classic. I did Hartford.
This is news to me.
On Haven. That had some competitive racing, some competitive races. So I threw that in there. Put Kratos in there. Obviously, we did Kratos first. I threw Snowy Scrubs in there and Amazon one in there.
We'll be checking out Snowy Scrubs later.
Might have been another track. No, that was it. That's what we,
Solid track.
We got Kratos and River Rapids. So here you can see the starting lineup, and we're about to go green as soon as the sticky deck goes off on River Rapids. Layout 1, we will be doing all layouts eventually.
God, dude. I'm not even going to say
And we're
anything.
going green.
Jesus, man.
Luke appears to get the whole shot, but then hits the most random bump I've ever seen and wrecks.
Was
so
it?
Rampancy.
See that.
But then hits the most green. Luke appears to get the whole shot.
That
but
was
then
pretty
hits the
random.
most random bump I've ever seen and wrecks. So Rampancy is off to an...
So now's a good time to butt in here. That is actually one of the interesting things about TRS is that you have like these rough tracks, and of course like Halo Goose physics are pretty decent as far as, you know, it's vehicles for a shooter. At the end of the day, Halo is a first-person shooter, and that is the focus. But one of the things that's always made Halo unique since Halo 1 is that they've also had the vehicles, and they're not like the mainstay. You know what I mean? Like as far as multiplayer goes, it's generally like the arena-style multiplayer that doesn't feature the vehicles. But as far as campaign goes, and as far as like big team battle and more casual aspects, that's always been one of the biggest things with Halo is the fact that it also features the vehicles. You only see series like Battlefield and stuff like that competing in that aspect, and the physics are generally pretty good for, you know, what they're used for. I don't think Bungie 343 designed these things to be like raced like super competitively, super consistently on the tracks that we end up making with all these like variables, all these jumps and crazy stuff like that. So the fact that they work as well as they do is pretty insane. But with these TRS maps especially, like you'll see this happen on forged tracks as well occasionally, but especially on these TRS tracks, there are a lot of like just bumps in the maps and stuff like that that can just affect you really hard, and like stuff that you wouldn't see happening in a normal race environment on the stuff that we usually race on. So that's just like another factor that gets added in.
An early lead with Turkey making a move, but he goes two-wheel, can't do anything. Nobody going Joker first lap. Luke is the only person that takes Joker.
So two things, that Joker is a little bit different. You can run that any lap. I'm pretty sure it's just an alternate line. I think. I might be wrong. This race, I'm pretty sure we did a River Rapids race at some point where it was a alternate line. This one, it might be like you can only take it so many times, like 4 times or something like that. I think that might be the case here. Wow. Battle for the lead. As far as the drivers go, I think you guys will recognize most of these drivers. Rampancy was Strategic Apathy, I think, if I recall correctly. In some of the Halo 5 races, you go in some of those videos, you'll see him. Ponage is Packers. I don't know if we've done an HRL history with him in it before, but if we have, and his gamertag is like Packers fan or something like that, that's who that is. Change his gamertag at this point. As far as everybody else goes in this lobby, a lot of recognizable drivers here, so there you go.
Some tight racing here between Luke and Pablo. They were doing crossover after crossover.
Nice, Cladden, nice.
All opponents with the sick two-wheel. Always two-wheeling. Luke the last race here did like 5 two-wheels in that one jump. Like, if you hit it the right way, you literally two-wheel every time.
It's our facts.
It's kind of funny. Ooh, Papa just narrowly avoiding a collision with either Ponage or Rampancy right there. And again, like, Luke and Papa are the only people in this top group that really dare to take the Joker. Nobody else is going to do it.
I don't have an HRL history playlist, bro. That's pretty ridiculous. I need to fix that.
Oh my god, I have no idea how Papa and Sether did not collision with Luke or Rampancy right there. And you see Luke goes for the... Oh, let's watch that. And this is why you use... Or this is how you use the Joker right here. And again, Luke and Papa continue to be the
tier
only
list,
people
right?
Take it. But you see Luke takes it. And it sort
So
of
this is episode 11.
up, and then Luke gets collision, so Rampancy's going to hold on to second.
There you go.
You can see the Joker is definitely useful. It's just very
Tier list video is hilarious.
That, Rampancy gets hit by Papa, who collisioned Luke, I think, last lap. I'm pretty sure that was who collisioned him, so that's kind of funny. And then, yep, Luke's going to take Joker on Rampancy, and he gets a big gap, but Rampancy has some speed. Going to be going to the inside here. Oh, they might. Oh, opponent stops to avoid the collision. I don't even think they would have collided anyways, to be honest. Luke got a little too wide off the jump, could not take the Joker that time. Rampancy doesn't take the Joker either. This first moto is 16 laps, so only 6 left. Well, it's
Pretty...
15, but we took a practice lap, so it's actually 15 laps. But it ends on 16.
Something that'll be different.
Oh my
If
God.
we actually do a TRS series, a lot of our races were like... A lot of these motos were pretty short. And that was one of the things with TRS that was a little bit different. Whoops, sorry about the tab switch in there. Is that we did those shorter motos, but we would also have really big events. So like when I bring up the schedule here for Season 2, and I bring that back up after this race, you'll see that the schedule, man, like just double headers. There's never a single header. As far as I'm aware, in TRS, it was always... Well, I think we switched that up. We switched that up for this season, actually. Oh, no, that's actually... I think as long as we were able to, it was still double headers. But, like, the overalls were different in TRS, and they would work more like the tournaments that we do now. So there would be, all over the schedule, there would be double headers, there would be triple headers, there would be quads, and that's the farthest that we would go. Mostly double headers, but lots of triples, quads, stuff like that too. Usually like one quad a season, a few triples, and mostly doubles. But the way it worked is not like how we do it now, where it's like for one race, the 2 motos determines an overall winner. The way it worked is that, like, okay, for a night, we race 2 tracks. We race 2 motos on both of those tracks. Actually, no, sorry, that's not true. For a lot of these TRS races, the reason why we have all these tracks and we'd be able to race them all in the schedule. This season right here, this season's different. Like you saw in the title, it was Moto 1. If you go to the old seasons, that's not how it was. If you go to the old seasons of TRS, it was just one race. Okay, and it would, instead of it being like 2 motos on a track, and that would be our race for the night, it would be 2 tracks for a night, and we'd race 1 shorter moto on both of them, so it'd add up to being like a 2 moto format across 2 different tracks, if that makes sense. So instead of doing it like we do it now, where like on Barvo we'll race 2 10-minute motos, here in TRS it'd be like we'd race 2 8-minute motos or something like that on 2 different tracks, and that would add up to an overall. So it worked a little bit differently. So the overall winner in a way still worked the same in the sense that it was, you know, whoever did the best across the motos across the night. So, you know, still similar in that regard, but different in the sense that it wasn't like a track specific thing. It was always like, here we go, tonight we're racing Rossburg, River Rapids, and Kratos. Whoever does the best across those 3 tracks is winning the overall for the night. Nice 2-wheel. So that is how it worked for TRS. A little bit different, and obviously we're not doing it for this current HRL season, because again, that's like the focus for this history episode, is like building expectations for people. But if we do a TRS season, that is something that we might do. That is a way we might do it, because we did switch it up for that last season 4, and MCC we may have switched it up as well. But personally, I always liked the way we did it for those first 3 TRS seasons. I thought that was something that made it unique, and it also made things a little bit less intense. I'll rewind for the end of the race here. It also made things a little less intense, like scheduling wise, as far as doing a doubleheader and a tripleheader, because a doubleheader and a tripleheader in TRS was like a one race deal in like a normal HRL main series on Halo 5 type thing as far as time wise. So it'd be really intimidating, you know, if you didn't know about it, you'd be like, oh man, tripleheader and TRS, Jesus. But really, not that bad. Just like a normal race night as far as other series that we've done go.
But for the first moto at River Rapids, ooh, Trigger gets almost collision. Opponent's just gonna take the moto win, then Luke's second. I wanted to go on Luke's so then I could watch the finish line. There we go. And then third, we're gonna.
I want to see Moto 2. What happened? Oh, we already saw that. Okay.
Man, Rampancy going ham. Look at this
back live from Anaheim, California. Big
Sorry.
shout out to all the fans.
So that battle that I was talking about for second and third that last race contention.
If you guys don't mind, we're going to take a little bit of extra time to check out Moto 2 here. We saw Ponage 1, Moto 1. We're going to check out Moto 2 because I saw something in the results and I want to see it.
He's going to try to make a run here. Oh.
So we're just going to watch. We're going to let this play out here. This will be a longer episode already, just so you guys know.
And Sether,
I want to see what happens here.
Sector 701 has not won. I believe I did record the race that he won. He has not won a TRS race with a full field. The only last TRS event he won. Oh, as Luke takes out Rampancy right there. That's what Luke needs to catch up. But he has not won a proper overall or moto since season 1 of TRS, and we are in season 4. And he has not won one since season 1. You can go look it up. It's Amazon 1 from season 1 of TRS.
I just looked it up
on my YouTube channel. That is the last race he has won of TRS. Like, check the date. The date, I mean, I recorded that race way after the race happened, but you can just tell by the date of the video of how long it's been since Sether's won a race, and he is in very good position right here. And, you know, he did win some races in season 2, but there was only 3 people. We just did races because we had to. He has not won, like, an official, like, a full field race since season 1. In any series, in World of Outlaw, he's still looking for his first.
Survived that. That was close.
In World of Outlaw, he's still searching for that number 1. I think he has a good chance at the next track, Glen Alpine. And he always has a good chance at Chili Bowl. But he's still searching for that World of Outlaw win, and he's got one legit. Oh God, Sector in a way tactically taking the outside there as Luke overtook Turkey for third, but he took the outside there, and it ended up working for him. He was able to avoid the collision with Rampancy, and we're gonna watch Sector 701 here because he deserves it. This is his first race that he is in winning position since freaking a year ago, at least a solid year ago. I think that's exactly it. I think it's been almost a solid year since he's gotten his,
all right, let me check that.
His first like legit win.
Yeah, it was almost exactly a year.
You know,
Weird.
he only has that
almost
one at Amazon 1.
Same month.
He got other wins, but they weren't really with a full field. They weren't really like the full field. But here we go. The last lap flag. Here we come to the finish, and Sector 701 is gonna.
How close
is
it?
He gets his first win. He's on the horn.
It was not that close.
We have a battle between Rampancy and Luke, and if you take the penalty time off Luke, Rampancy's gonna get second for Luke's penalties. Luke's gonna get third by far. Here's Turkey sliding in for fourth. Papa's gonna come in fifth.
So how did this happen? Do you guys want to? I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess I'm just used to streaming. Do you want to see some more of this moto? Like I want to. We can skip through here. I want to see how we got to that point. This has turned into.
Anybody could win this moto.
This has turned into from explaining TRS and like showing it off to let's see how Sector won his first overall. That's what this is. This is gonna be a double episode, I guess.
Papa and Luke have won several times. I believe Turkey's won before. Ponage just won. Sector and Rampancy are the only people I think in this group that have not won. Oh, wow! Battle for the whole shot.
Yeah, it's a tough start on this track. Really tough start.
Ended up getting the whole shot right there. Rampancy, a little bit of two-wheel action. That was nice. Got to give him some credit.
Ooh,
Ponage goes down. That's huge. Look who's in podium position as Papa goes for the Joker. Luke is in podium position. Sector. Don't see Sector up front a lot, but he is.
I was already alluding to it.
Rapids. Let's watch him here.
Ouch.
Yeah, curse. Oh, in this race we introduced a new rule. This is the first race we introduced the new rule. You may now not. Setter's got to hold on to it. Papa went for the Joker. Setter's got to hold on to it.
This is news to me. I want to hear about this rule.
Setter's gonna have a little bit of a battle here. You can see both battles right now for first and second, and for third.
Ouch. That's a rough start.
He's got that. Let's watch first and second now.
How does he end up where he is?
Yeah, this first race basically. you cannot, like Ponage was doing in the first race, just slowing down for the collisions. That's the way it's been for like a long time since season 2.
Okay.
So we decided, you know what, it's not as fun without
I see. So I guess what it is, I guess we added something in where if you like full brake to avoid a collision, that's a penalty. So like to keep the memes up essentially, because it kind of like takes some of the fun out of it. I don't know if we're gonna do something like that for when we bring it here in Halo 5. I guess we'll just like do the race and feel it out. But at this point we did that because someone was just, might have been like after Ponage won that Moto 1, which is hilarious. But it was like it just kind of takes some of the fun out of it. That's hilarious. It kind of makes sense. Be hard to regulate, but kind of makes sense, or to enforce. Ouch. But this will be an interesting episode too, because already off these 2 motos we get to see 2 winners we don't normally see. Ponage and Sector, two winners we just don't normally see. Mixing things up here in this HRL history episode. This is a good battle. Wow.
Luke was taking it. He's pretty mad probably. As Luke goes for a crossover on Papa.
Nice.
I don't even know what to watch. There's too much to watch. There's too much good battling.
Oh,
my God.
Owned.
Sector, I thought he was going to get annihilated.
Well, see, there you go. He couldn't slow down for it.
That went down. Oh, my God. Luke and Papa both screw up.
Oh.
Same.
Ouch.
Oh, Ponage gets collision.
He got owned again.
On the same lap. That sucks.
Oh, Slunch got cleaned out.
Gotta give Papa and Rampancy both some credit. Both adhered to the rules.
Yeah, they followed the rules.
It ended up with
See,
a nice
it makes it more
collision.
fun.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad that we're going to start seeing that stuff again, because the collisions and in general the battling has not been as good since Season 2, because in Season 2 everybody started slowing down to avoid collisions, and it's like the whole point of these tracks is collisions. And now,
yeah, so maybe we'll have to find a way to enforce that too.
And,
we don't want to see that.
Down in a circumstance where you should not be slowing down,
I forgot about this.
You do get a penalty. You get seconds taken off your time.
I don't know how we're going to enforce
there
it,
are
but
some penalties that go out
makes
to 3
sense.
drivers in this race, which, you know, next race I expect there to be no penalties, but this race it's kind of understandable. It's the first race with this new rule, so it's kind of understandable. You know, you're used to it. But with the next race, I expect nobody should be getting penalties. Everybody should be adhering to the rules. And look at Seth there. He's been sort of, you know, floating around. Makes a pass right
wow,
there
he's making
for second.
gains.
He's been sort of floating around this podium position, and now he's just sort of gotten some clean laps.
Justin's
in.
owning. Oh, the collision!
Oh, and that's what he needs. Luke collisions with Rampancy.
Wow, tag team.
What? Hops over for the lead. Crazy turn.
Yeah, I was literally gonna.
Let's see how this starts.
I was gonna replay it myself.
See, Turkey almost hits him, but then Luke comes down here. Boom!
Wow, I came in clutch here.
Collision with Rampancy.
A little,
you know,
what?
A little bit of, and here I can explain the collision rules a little bit. Luke was following the rules because you see, he's going outside to try to avoid the collision.
That's right. I'm following the rules.
So that's adhering to the rules by Rampancy and Luke. Now, if Luke would have driven like straight into this barrier, that would result in a penalty for Luke. So basically, the rule where I say you may not cross lanes means, like, if you're driving right here.
I don't care. I don't care about this. But let's see this.
But here is the sickest.
This is the move
for the lead I've ever seen in HRL history. Let's get a nice.
There we go. Perfect. We're making the video.
Hopping
what?
Over Rampancy.
How?
For the lead. Oh, black. Let's get a nice screenshot of that. Because that is seriously one of the sickest passes for the lead I've ever seen in HRL history. So let's get a nice screenshot of that right here for the group. Look, show you the angle. And this is totally worth it. But just look at this. This is like the sickest pass I've ever seen. We'll stop right there. I don't know, man. That's just the craziest pass I've ever seen for the lead in TRS. We'll get a little bit of two-wheel action in there, too. But you see, Sector, the amazing thing is that he should have wrecked.
All right, so that was it right there, right? Like, that was it right there. I don't know how the hell he did not flip. There's definitely some luck in that. Good run to get to that point, but definitely a little bit of luck there to not completely wipe out. But I mean, he just went for it at the same time. Like, Turkey, come on. Yeah, but anyways, a little bit of luck involved, but at the same time, Justin put himself in the position and he went for it. And you know, sometimes you got to take risks to win races. Takes a big risk there, driving right over him. I don't even know if you could call it a risk. He probably just didn't realize that he was wrecking in front of him yet. Probably focused on his own race, but I mean, he pulls it off, and that's probably the move that wins him the race right there. That's insane. Wow.
really badly, is trying to run the Joker, because they really, you know, they're not really in collision range. They've really got to do something on track to improve their time.
And Rampancy starts to fall down, I assume. And Justin just has a good run.
With Luke right there. But, yeah, Turkey and Rampancy, they're really going to have to do something on track. I think they need to run the Joker, but they're not doing it. They're refusing to.
Oh!
Rampancy, that is a horrible collision.
Yeah.
Collision. You see Luke right there overtakes Rampancy for third. That's a bad collision. Oh!
Wow. So, Jesus.
Man.
So, as we're getting to it. Oh, I get a penalty for that? The dodge! Definitely get a penalty for that one. No, that's for sure. That at the same time, that, you know, despite the penalty, that is a pretty crazy dodge right there. Like, that was right at the right time. But it looks like what won Justin this race was just that huge. Oh my God, are you, dude? Here's another reason why he wins this race. Collision with me, he cleans me out. And look at that, he just drove right through me. He like didn't get affected.
But Luke got affected more than
incredible. How?
Also collisioned with Turkey. Now you see, Turkey could have slowed down or swerved or whatever to avoid Luke in that situation. He wouldn't have got a penalty. I mean, I'm just trying to take every chance I can to sort of explain the new rules and how they work.
To be fair, anybody that got a penalty at this race at the time, I'm pretty sure we implemented it right before the moto. So, and again, people were used to doing it, so it makes sense. Ouch, that sucks.
Yeah. That's going to put Turkey a little bit further back. Rampancy and Luke, third and fourth, hungry for a podium, are chasing him down.
Oh my God! Again, Justin just plows him.
Sether is just tanking collision.
Yeah, what is going on?
He's doing a really good job.
He's lapping Slaunch. What the hell?
Of like, he gets in collisions.
Oh, this race is insane.
The person is always the person that is affected most. It's never Sether. Sether's doing a very good.
I think he's just letting him go by here too. He actually had a nice run. But he doesn't want to battle with him. He's actually playing it smart.
He's not really going to worry about the blue flag or Papa.
Oh.
He's not really going to worry about him.
Makes him blue flag again.
Let him go by.
Slaunch probably like, what the hell?
Both got by Turkey. But you can tell. I mean, Sether's got a pretty huge lead. Look, Rampancy's in second, and he's not even in collision range with
That's
Sether.
insane.
So Sether's got a pretty big lead. Rampancy, Luke, and Turkey are all going to have to do... Oh, we got to go back and see this. They're all going to have to do something. Oh, Luke with the slide job right there. This should be a tutorial video right here on how to run the Joker on River Rapids. Because if you run it effectively, you can make passes like
that is what it's good for, though. It's slower, I think, but you can do that.
But you can see Luke, Rampancy, Turkey.
Something interesting about this track. At least on Halo 4, that's how it works. I don't know how it'll work on Halo 5.
They all need to speed up on track.
Oh, plowed.
That's not going to help. That's not going to help. Luke gets collisioned with Papa right there. He's already sort of wrecking, but they all need to sort of they need to find speed on track so they can get in collision range with Sether. But look, Sether continues to
he's just out of it
and further away from collision range. Sether's running away with this race right now. You know, it's not even because of collisions. He's literally driving away from the field. Oh my God, the battle for second.
Plus, yeah, huge battle for second.
Amazing. Oh,
wow.
Oh my God. The battle for second is still amazing.
That's insane.
Although the battle for first, Sether's pretty much got it right now. The battle for second stays very alive.
Jeez.
Turkey with some block passes and Rampancy as well. Luke made one the lap before. This battle for second is sick. It's one of the best battles for position I've seen in TRS in a long time.
Ouch.
It's one of the best races I've seen in TRS in a long time, to be honest. Rampancy's going to try to make a run here. Oh, Lucan's in collision range with Turkey and Rampancy. He's going to need to collision them to catch up. Oh, Rampancy, nice save right there. And Sether 701, Sector 701, has not won.
So this is around where we were. Okay, so there you go. That's how you went. Crazy race.
And Sector 701 is going to get it done. He gets his first win. He's on the horn. He's hype. We have a battle between Rampancy and Luke. And if you take the penalty time off Luke, Rampancy's going to get second. For Luke's penalties, Luke's going to get third by far. Here's Turkey sliding in for fourth. Papa's going to come in fifth and Ponage sixth. But here you go. You can tell he's hype. You can't really tell.
And that's how crazy these races will get with a bigger field. I mean, Slaunch getting lapped and finishing fifth, you know, in a six-driver field getting lapped, like, that can happen on a lot of these tracks. So really quickly at the end here, this was going to be like the, you know, see how TRS goes. Now it's turned into the Sector 701 comeback story, HRL history episode. but I saw the opportunity there. I had to take it. So yeah, I don't really need the docks anymore. Let's just take a look at these tracks. So just to give you guys like more of an idea, here's Kratos of how crazy these tracks can get.
Barrier. He on a rough time back there.
Check out this track.
And NJD's off to the early lead with Turkey behind him in second. Oh,
Boom!
NJD gets taken out by
So
the train. So Turkey's gonna be in
this
the lead
track is like what it amounts to is it's got some turns, but it's essentially just like a huge figure eight with the jump in the middle, and
now. What the?
it's got a big crate that's look at this, like this is TRS. It's got a big crate that we called the train that just like shoots out of a man cannon or something and just annihilates drivers hitting that jump at the wrong time. So the jump is not only a collision with the drivers, but it's also got the trains. This track is just ridiculous.
You can't even see him. Oh, races. Oh, that was
He's flying out. Oh man, so this track is just, and it just shows that like TRS at the same time, like TRS is competition, and it takes a lot of skill to win TRS, especially like winning a championship. The consistency, like that's just hard to do. And these tracks can be difficult in their own ways and have all types of challenges. And we have a wide variety of tracks here. Like you see, like this is like a meme track. River Rapids was like a genuinely like simple but effective, like just a really good track. And then we'll take a look here in a little bit at a more complex layout, because you can, just because TRS lends itself really nicely to making simple layouts doesn't mean that all the layouts have to be simple. So we'll take a look at one of the more complex ones here in a minute. Yeah, this race is ridiculous. Let's get to the end here. But you get the gist. Nothing like this in the upcoming schedule, but this is stuff that we could see in a TRS season.
And recently,
Was I eating?
a lot of people want go-kart to come back. From what I've been.
Jesus, I lost full. Never mind. We're not going to watch the rest of that. Now that I saw that, you get the gist. Let's check this out. One of the more complex layouts here.
TRS. Last week you saw it was a 2-race overall event, and this week it will be a 3-race overall event on what I think are some pretty good tracks for TRS. We'll go
What
through our lineup
was that?
here. And anyways, let's move on. Here we go. Dead to Me, over all the way to the left. Believe that is, it's Real Deal. I thought that was somebody else. So we have Real
So
Deal
you're
right
Dead to
there,
Me in
and
this
then we have
race?
Luke, Gator, Office,
Driver that
Sector,
I haven't seen in a
NJD,
while. Office, NJD.
and a guy, Revenge Racer.
Nah, I forgot Revenge,
See, I'm
because he rarely
confused
races.
Everybody's armor now, except for Revenge. I haven't seen him before. This is his first week showing up. Still no turkey shot. And then here we have.
Oh, love
Edward,
this.
And we gave Turkey this
Edward
starting
making up
spot
his own
to
starting
win
spot.
this race.
They have some fun in this series,
Missed it by just a little bit.
but we'll see as we go through this
Edwards,
track.
That is down. Edwards in his patented stupid starting position.
It's pretty
Secret
great
goes
though.
for green.
It's pretty great.
5-lap race.
Love that.
Luke gets the whole shot.
Snowman in the middle of the track.
Immediately.
Look at this area right
So
here.
Revenge ends up getting by.
Look at how easy it is to fall off that. That's just part of the track.
First section.
Like a chicane sandbag section there.
Ooh, Edward and Seth are
Split
getting
line
into
there.
two-wheel in action.
Jump. Dodge the
Revenge
snowman
off to the early lead in
collisions.
his first race back
Tight
in a long
section
time.
here.
He leads the first lap.
And that's the track. That's Snowy Scrubs, and this is one that's like this is one of the more complex, difficult layouts. Like as far as we go with tracks like what is the meme name of the one? I don't know. But
Here, Real Deal gets some position. He takes out Revenge.
oh, is that a line?
Hurt Revenge a little bit. Real Deal, I mean, leads. Edward somehow makes his.
I forgot about this. Can you do that?
Real Deal takes out Revenge. Let's watch that.
Yeah, I must be able to. You can jump this part right here.
Each other in the heat race.
That's risky.
Real Deal gets some position. He
That's
takes out
risky.
Revenge.
Holy moly. But that's the type of stuff that you can see in TRS, crazy stuff like that on a layout like this. This is one of the more complex layouts, difficult layouts, and
It's now Real Deal off.
a track like a Supercross, like a I can't think of the names of it, like an Outlands or something like that. Jesus, this is like the equivalent of that as far as TRS goes. Very difficult track to race on its own, and you've got like collisions and stuff to worry about.
Sandbag section. Oh, Goomba Stomp? No. I'm a little disappointed. I thought that was going to be a Goomba Stomp.
So yeah, crazy track here.
Looking forward to a collision right here.
So this is just some of the stuff that you can expect in TRS. I think the River Rapids race gave us the best example, to be honest.
Revenge really hungry for a podium in his first race back, and he's overtaking the spot right here from Real Deal. But will he go for the shortcut? No, neither of them do. They're just running it out, and you see Revenge. He has no collisions in sight. He has it locked in right now. And he just goes straight into
that sucks.
Probably would have been saved at the pallets where he goes straight into the wall and loses his podium, and Real Deal overtakes him.
Who won? NJD probably?
For third.
Yeah, NJD definitely won this. Let's get the shot for the video. He'll be mad. He'll somehow come across this and be mad if I don't show it.
The podium, can Real Deal take it?
Oh, this is we're already at replays. Jesus. NJD and I must have been ahead.
So now Revenge is back in second. Crazy battle for the podium. Oh, Real Deal hits the sandbag. Luke makes the
and this is second right here. Wow, NJD was, and this was NJD's track as well. I think NJD did design this one.
And then he gets stuck on the
really cool layout.
Those pallets sucked. I was really getting ticked off with those pallets. Oh!
What is going on?
At the snowman. Let's go back to watch this. A huge crash, a huge collision. Everybody involved at the snowman. It starts off with, looks like Gator going down.
Oh my God!
Back onto the track to take out Office.
Oh my God!
Driver, I can tell it is. There's Revenge going. Oh, Real Deal. And Edward gets
dude!
There
needs to be a GIF of this. That was so much. That's hilarious.
Whoa! That was one of the biggest collision crashes I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was actually insane. Wow.
NJD's on the white flag.
That could have chalked someone's race.
Podium is Real Deal and Luke. Oh!
Wow. Oh, he gets cleaned out.
Oh! Office plows Real Deal. Here we have NJD gonna take the win.
Nice.
And then who's gonna come in second? It's between Luke and Real Deal. There's Luke coming in second, and the podium, can Real Deal
finish.
take it?
That sucks for Revenge, bro. That's the last turn. That's the last turn. The finish line is right after that. That's how he loses the podium. That sucks. It would have been like a photo finish too. Hope you guys enjoyed it. HRL history episode there, going through some TRS tracks, checking them out. I thought I'd show this comment here at the end because it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Anyways, again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Gave an idea of the TRS series and how it'll be implementing it into our quarantine series, and then like how it could be if we end up doing a TRS series, if there's any interest in that, because I think it could be pretty fun. Like from what we watched today, I think we could definitely have some fun. Like it'd be a good series at this point in time in Halo 5 to do like TRS, something like that. So let me know what you think. And yeah, that's HRL history episode number, I literally looked it up earlier, 11, I think. And see you next time.